Sanje chudan soje chonam la chancho bardo dane japso dage jinso jibe sunam je rolla penser sanje drabar sho sanje chud soje chonam la chancho bardo dane japso Dage jenso jibe sunam jin rola penser sanje drabar sho sanje chudan soje chonan la chancho barde dane jabso Dage jenso jibe sunam jin rola penser sanje drabar sho Semjen damje deva dan deve jud dembar jurje dungar dan dungar ji judan travar jurj dungar mebe deva damba dan mendarva jurje nyeren chadan nidan jar Danyon chenpo la nebar jorje semjen damje deva dan deve judan dembar jorje dungar dan dungar ji judan travar jorje dungar mebe deva damba dan mendarva jorje nyeren chadan nidan jar Danyum jembo la nebar jorje semjen damje deva dan deve jodan dembar jorje dungar dan dungar ge jodan travar jorje dungar meba deva damba dan mendarva jorje nyeren chadan nidan jar Danyon jembo la nebar jorje parden zave lama rambo dage jebor beme den jola karen jembo gone jizon kuson toje nguro zarado so lama da gonjo rambo ji namba sumji da sumji damji ji lo chusun ro wa zenje labdes Chulamden rowa zenje labda zo, lan churba sowa zenje labda soro, chunang ishi su chawar zenje labda soro, tobe daji chowa zenje labda. Tuji jinji menba zenje labda soro, tenra tabla kebar zenje labda soro, tse tongdan dimba zenje labda. Saja chenpu chogun ngudum sendeni do toba zenje labda so. So, we begin with the short meditation, okay? Okay, so once again, we came back to the talk in this particular teaching, the teaching what we call it Vipassana teaching, Vipassana practice, based on the four mindfulness. So far, we have discussed on the first one is how we should to be aware and observe breath. That awareness of the breath provides us our minds being in calm, relaxed, and silent state of mind. That is one of the most well-known methods of practice have been used in everywhere. And then second, we have discussed the mindfulness body. In that case, we are using the body sensation as methods of meditative concentration. With this particular mindfulness body, also we see there are two or three, even three, where to be in mindfulness. And the first one is just, that's a form of antidote. If we have the strong attachment, so then that kind of contemplation and reflection needed, like, that's a seeing or understanding the body is impermanent, even sometimes, like, to see the ugliness, all these things, simply meaning the reason why we do these things are if someone overpowers attachment, difficult to release your attachment, then this kind of contemplation needed. Otherwise, I'm not going to suggest to do these things. Maybe it's impermanent, that would be good. And then the second level of mindfulness body is like, this mindfulness related with the, or based on the Shen meditation or Shamatha meditation, simply. And that case, just mind simply being with your body sensation. Observe without judging, without, even, the having mental interference towards the body. Just, be observed, be aware. Let mind be calm down, be relaxed, peaceful, and silence, with feeling some kind of joy, sensitive. And stay this calm, silent mind. Stay as long as possible. Okay, that is the very good the methods for practicing the Shen meditation. You do not try to figure out anything, then just be aware of the body sensation. In this particular case, I just, suggested you to do, maybe first you focus in one point, in one part of the body, just, there's either this is, the chest or wherever you want, just mind simply be with it. Rest on that object, or maybe place on it. And if you need, then there's a body skin, what we call sometimes, there's a slowly move up and down without having any thoughts, just this feeling also available. And at the end, trying to just, be aware of body like in the wholeness without particular focused point, but some kind of sense of wholeness is slightly feel in your mind. Mind is totally be silent, be realized, be joyful. This, that's without having any particular focused point. Just, being silent. Slightly mind touching your body. That makes really Shen meditation stable. And of course, time to time, just let mind be itself and relaxed. Let mind be itself in peaceful, non-concept state mind. By itself, without using this body mindfulness. And if you feel you need to come back to the body because the mind start having agitation or maybe some kind of sleepy feeling, then come back to the body. Okay, that's a briefly conclusion. And the second type of mindfulness is the real Vipassana, to see the reality of the body, to understanding true nature of the body first. In that case, begin with the analytical mind, analyze, searching the reality of body. It is just not like, that's the idea, your concept of the body, but really, to find out what is the body actually? Where does it exist? Of course, you may have the idea, body is here, and my body is here. But somehow where? Search, head, chest, or maybe any part of a body is your body or not. The answer will be no. My head is not my body. My leg is not my body. My stomach is not my body. My fingers are not my body. Okay, there's no body then. And if there's so-called your body exists besides that, without this, the parts, of course, your conclusions, there's no also exist body. So then, eventually you will be able to gain the trust, understanding, and the reality, and the ultimate truth, there's no really body. Body is simply your idea, name, particularly just through your mental idea, label, give label the name of the body on that objects, that collection of objects. It is just simply name and idea. Okay. At the same time, and the relative level and the conventional level, here we are here with the body. There's nothing missing, nothing disappeared. If you really understand the body is empty, natural, from your point of view, from you, there's nothing to missing. There's nothing to to losing actually. But you gain the understanding how things really are. You gain the wisdom to know the reality of our body in the ultimate sense, to know the appearances of our body, how this appears to us through the interdependent co-arise, interdependent co-exist in the relative truth. Once you investigate, analyze thoroughly, and make sure you are really know what true or what reality of natural body, then you do not need analytical mind anymore. Then your intellectual mind is no more useful because you know it. And then you're conceptually thinking about this is not valuable, no value anymore, but simply again back to rest, meditative concentration with this profound knowledge, knowingness, the true nature of the body. See, the purely Shen meditation and knowing the true nature of the true nature of the body, and the rest in that have the different feeling. Purely Shen meditation is just a calm, relaxed experience, sort of, clarity, joy, these things. But there's no wisdom. There's no knowledge involved. Now, within this, Shene experience, tremendous wisdom shining, understanding, know how things really are, and ultimately know how things are manifested, appears, and the relative level. There's no confusion at all. So remain that kind of meditation is the real Vipassana. You can keep that meditation from the very beginning to enter enlightenment. The Mahamudra practice is none other than that. Dzogchen practice is none other than that. All this Yedam practice in that what we call this completion stage. Dzogchen is go in that level. So we are beginning to learn that from this piece of body. Just that we choose one object. That is easiest things, our body. Just choose one object. Understand this object of the body and relatively how it appears to us. And ultimately how that nature of empty. These relative appearances, ultimate empty natures and separability. Okay, so therefore, this teaching is really not just, that's for us, the 1 month practice or 1 year practice. It is really can be, that's a practice in long time until you enlightenment. Okay, then the second one is the mindfulness, what we call the mindful sensation. And that sensation is a second obvious manifestation to us, that mostly sensation in that case none other than pleasure and pain that taking place within physical body or mental body. That also can be done like, that whenever you experience any kind of these things, trying to be aware without reject, without like, there's the mental rejection cannot work. Just, there's without, the judge, without, that's the mentally explain about that, just simply be aware. Be aware and be observed. And that is how we should use that what we call the sensation is method for the Shene meditation. If you get used to these things, then also Vipassana, Hlak can be applied and that is sensations, searching the sensations again. How and the reality of that. When we come to the sensation and the mental events, when we investigate, since these, the mental events like a sensation and a feeling and emotion does not exist in any form, the material form, like any, that's a location. So therefore, there's nowhere to investigate the same methods as we used for the body, but it is a little bit different way we should to investigate. In this particular case, when we analyze the mind, then we should bring this, the so-called mind experience into the timeline. Timeline. The past sensations past. Future is not yet come. Past means already gone, not exist at all. 1 minute before what you experience is already gone. There's no exist now. Okay? No exist now. And the future, 1 minute before that coming sensations not yet come to here, not yet born. It's not yet exist. And then that the past time and the future time brings closer. And this moment of present time, very short instant, momentary you cannot really find as pinpoint real there. There's no really exist, cannot be exist. People used to say the real thing is the present time, the present experience, everything. But present itself can be divided 1,000 times. So, there's no really present, and the real true present cannot be exist. So therefore, this what we call sensation experience is really illusion. It's just, without analyze, without thinking, it looks like it's real to us. And every analyze, examine on it, that the past, future is not yet gone, not yet come, and the present cannot pinpoint. Really, there's no something really present, truly exist. So, at least intellectually, you can find that. And at least conceptually, you can see that. And when you see that, then that knowledge should to bring into state of meditation and make it familiar, make it real to your experience. This Vipassana, Lagtong first come to you intellectual level, okay? Understand in the theory, intellectually, conceptually. That understand does not make much change your life because it's purely theory in you, purely intellectual understanding, but actual life experiences you feel different. For instance, intellectually, that you see there's no really body, so-called body, some kind of independent intrinsic nature does not exist. You see that intellectually, clearly, you understand that. But somehow, but still in the actual life situations, you could not much, there's not much to do with this intellectual understanding. When you come into the real situations, always you feel, I have the body, real, solid. But you are touching your chest, not body. I have body, this one. No, you are not touching your body, but you're touching your head. See, intellectual level, it's always come first to practitioners. And then, it is saying like, we should to contemplate, reflection. That means this wisdom should bring into the deep thought again and again. And that contemplation and reflection makes this understanding more, the stable, more come to the, that's a deeper. So in that time, you have no doubt much about. You can have the, very confident that how things really are in the terms of ultimately. Having really confident, but still you are not really direct recognition, direct experience not happened. Even you have very strong confidence, knowing that things are empty of natural. But somehow that is your confidence, your fully trust, but that makes a little different your real life situations. For instance, you are some kind of ups, downs, something happens, and deep in your mind, the mind can say, oh, it is okay, things are just not really, that's happened, anything. But somehow, real life situation changed by the wisdom is meditative concentrations. Eventually, you should to meditate up on what you knowing, what you realize through the intellectual mind, contemplation. If you meditate concentration on that quite a long time, eventually that meditation brings you experience. And eventually what we call the direct recognition happened. Direct recognition means there's no conceptual, intellectual mind involved. Without intellectual, conceptual, then it's direct things happen to you, non-conceptual level. So at that moment, you are really transforming. You are then different. You are so what we call liberated. Liberated from the confusion, liberated from the ego clinging, liberated from any kind of dualistic mind. You are full of the wisdom, understanding. So at that moment, you are no ordinary person. You are noble bodhisattvas, realized yogi. Whatever maybe you call, you will be perfect. Okay, so therefore, so we should know that the process of how that's gain this, things, then the procedural, step by step come up, like, knowledge, experience, recognition. Okay, so that is the procedural. And then what we told yesterday is also we told like mindfulness in the mind. In that case, the mind is mostly all this, that's a sensory consciousness. And then, mental events like, thoughts, emotions, all these feelings within this mindfulness in the mind. So therefore, again, in that particular case, we have the two levels. Like first, the mindfulness is, I suggest you to first, just trying to be silent in your mind, relaxed, and then apply the mindfulness with that, or awareness with that, trying to see that silent, relaxed mind, trying to feel it, trying to observe that during the meditation. Stay with this seeing, aware of the silent in your mind. Stay to see it, to feel it. And that is the Shen meditation. And eventually, when thoughts arise in your mind, when some kind of movement mind happens, but that movement, thoughts trying to let them manifest within your awareness present, within your conscious presence. Don't follow the thought. Don't follow the emotions. Don't try to eliminate them. Just let them be there and be aware. And also I told, as long as you be able to catch up these thoughts within the awareness, the thoughts will not remain as ordinary thought. I give 3 examples from the Dzogchen teachings. First one is just, that's a snow fall on hot spots like that. First, there's the something snow, and then, it's merged into the hot spots and water. Second one is a snake knots in and release knots, and that is spontaneously happened. Thoughts arise within the awareness presence. At the same time, spontaneously thoughts are disappearing into the space of the mind. And the third one is an example I told you, just like, that's a, thief enter into the empty house. Thoughts, whether there's thoughts arise or not, it doesn't matter for the meditators. There's no different at all. So these things are the Shen meditation, and the basis, on the basis of mindfulness mind. And then eventually, again, analytical mind should to be applied, analyze. First, look at the silent, calm, relaxed mind and analyze and to see that. And then second thought, all these things has to be done. And once you know how mind really are and ultimate level, what we call the Buddhist terminology, emptiness, Meaning of emptiness, you know, empty of natural. The mind, nature is empty. And you know that. Then you do not have to always have the analytical mind apply. You do not need always investigate, but simply rest in that nature of the mind, and with profound knowledge. And be aware of this, knowledge. But in that case, knowledge have no thought, okay? Knowledge is silent and kind of shining, but not thoughts. Knowledge. It's kind of like, knowledge is, there's a power of knowledge, feeling, but you are not thinking about it at all, whether the mind is empty or not. No, just simply, seeing that mind, aware that mind. Okay, that is the we have told yesterday. Now, today we're going to talk fourth one. Fourth one is mindfulness phenomena. That's the last one. Mindfulness phenomena, in that case, the phenomena is everything actually. Existence, whatever may be. It could be outer objects, inner subjects. It could be mountain, river, tree, house, city. Like everything, the phenomena that everything could exist with you in any situations, trying to bring them as methods for the meditative concentration. And in this particular case, it's quite easy to us actually. And that means, again, we should go to the two levels. First one is Shen meditation, which is based on the mindfulness phenomena. And the second one is Vipassana, Lakton meditation. So how you should do is, phenomena are mostly it's better to begin with the sensory objects. Okay. When you're sitting as the meditation posture, in that case, your phenomena is what you're seeing, what you hear in that moment, what you smell, all that moment, and this moment, in the present moment, what's going on with you are your phenomena. So, in the meditation tradition, particularly Shen meditation tradition, you are not trying to figure out, trying to naming them, explain them, no. Not trying to give a name, explain, or maybe checking good or bad, judging beauty or ugly, like or dislike. No, in that way. Simply be with them. This example is just like, 6 months child or 1 year's child looking at beautiful pictures. They see clearly everything, but there's no any single discriminating, judgmental mind involved towards what you are seeing, what you are hearing. Simply enjoy it. Simply enjoy. So, if you be able to rest with enjoy with every object, you never see ugly things there. I mean, there's no ugly, there's this mind is not thinking about ugly or beauty, sweet sounds or ugly sound. Not mind is not built up in that, not manifested. Simply mind is silent. The sixth consciousness doesn't work. The mental consciousness is inactive. Mental consciousness, thought level consciousness, emotional level consciousness, discriminating level consciousness, inactive, not active. It's simply, being silent. But sensory consciousnesses are so open. So let us come in. That is the Mahamudra practice. Mahamudra practice is supposed to not shut down anything. Everything's open. See. So that way, you're supposed to not really in that case focused in one object, like the fixed one. Just see it. Just sit in and see it. And sit in, let us hear. Do you understand it? See it, look at, have different. See it as just appears to you. Look at you purposely focused. Hear it or listen it. Listen is you pay attention and then trying to find meaning. Listen. Hear is it's just hearing. Sound is not a block. Object is not a block to your sense. This hearing without involve any mental fabrication. Example is deer, the animal deer, hearing beautiful music, flutes, playing near to deer. Deer is so mind silent, so happy to hear that, but deer does not think, does not try to find the meaning in it, or does not judging whether this sound is good or bad. Just simply happy. The sound makes it happy. Do you understand that? Like, there's a... So this kind of meditation is very good. So simply every object makes mind silent, make mind relax, feel happy. If you are not investigate, if you are not judging, if you are not thinking about these things, if you thinking, investigate, then you will find a lot of different. I like it, I don't like it, this is ugly, why this is here, this is beautiful, I need it. All these complicated confusions taking start in your mind. Like, very beginning mind is the best mind. Before involved this, the sophisticated thought. Very beginning, first thought is the best. First mind is the best mind. There is silence, clarity. And then, that's a... So, this is Shen meditation, how you should do. You should learn step by step. It may not happen immediately. It is really 100% sure that it's possible to build up that kind of a habit mind, to see beauty, relax everyone. The beauty means not mentally object, not mentally, label beauty on that. It is natural beauty. Just, that's a... So therefore, in the Shen meditation, and there's a mindfulness, the phenomena is sometimes you should do that like that often, okay? And when you meditate, you do not have to have particular focused, particular concentrate. Just simply mind rest and silence. Open your eye, open your ear. Let it happen. Without judge, without, that's any kind of mentor involved. It's so beautiful, actually. And that way, if you get used a little bit this way, it's really, different feeling wherever you go. If you stay in very busy street, cars moving down, but somehow it does not disturb you. You are silent. Your mind is silent. I used to do that in Paris. Sometimes I stay just, nearby the roads. Sometimes, they stay in the, busy park. My mind is trying to be silent, trying to keep the peaceful silent, and the eyes open, ears open. Cars moving does not disturb at all. That we can learn that way. Everybody can learn that way. It's really, helpful. Other ways, we know that little sounds disturb you so much. You already, having preconcepts. Meditation means need to have very silent place. Once you have this pre-idea, go to the meditation, sitting on the cushion, little sounds here outside, that disturbs too much you. You have to stand or walk in the window. Shut up! I'm meditating. Maybe, those people don't shut up to you, for you. So therefore, we really should know how to really meditate in the perfect way. In the past, really great those yogis in the Indian, even the Tibetan yogis, of course, most of them, they need some care. They stay in the cave mountain. Many of them, they stay in the, the street. They stay in the street and, enjoy everything. One I heard, maybe I not explain these stories. So therefore, this kind of meditation should be learned bit by bit. Trying to learn just, bit by bit, short period of time. Let it happen to you. For instance, when you're sitting on the cushion meditation, try to let it happen to you. Maybe 1 minute. Open everything, sensory, open everything. And don't try not interference your mental, judgmental, judgment or investigate. Just let mind, that sixth consciousness, be silent. Enjoy, feel enjoy. It could be just an empty wall in front of your eye. It could be just, sound of air outside of your window. It could be something, people chatting outside, doesn't matter. Just once your mind is in silent, this sound, this, images doesn't disturb you. Just, it appears. And step by step, learn to be meditate with everything. In this case, meditate and Shenya meditation. Everything trying to bring into the very positive technique for the meditation. And then, that if you learn in that way, then eventually you can have many times in the day, in the daily situations. For instance, in the morning, when you woke up, just trying to rest in your bed, a little bit feeling that way. Look at your silent a little bit. Feel that silent pictures. And when you do breakfast, the coffee, drink, sit in your chair first time, just be silent a little bit. Have all this, this manifestations, let it happen without judge, without worry. Just, very simple, very simplicity. Very, that's how to say, natural. And if you go a little bit outside the garden, sitting and on the chair, maybe you see the tree. Just be aware of the tree without judge. Just that's even don't focus the tree. Just a silent mind. Like, do you understand these things? I hope so. And if you wanted to look a little bit further, the mountain. Like just look at the mountains, trees, space. The important thing is your own mind. Mind let be in silent, relax, and feel joy. Then sensory manifestation is doesn't the much. How to say? Even the manifests in front of your eye and ear, but it doesn't much, that's a effect to you. It's just like, yeah. So these things we have to learn. It's really, if you get used to that, this is so beautiful. Meditation, in that case, meditation is not necessarily always sitting on the cushion. Need a silent place. So then what we call the walking meditation can be done in that way. Simply walk with this silent mind. Hear the sound, see everything, but not your consciousness, your thoughts, this, the sixth mental consciousness not operate with this object much. But you see, you hear, but this sixth mental, even conscious, not operate there. And you walk in that way. It's very, that's a pleasant walking, pleasant feeling sitting. All these things, do you remember Zen masters used to say, where you are eating, just eat. While you are walking, just walk. Where you are sitting, just sit. Means be there, mind be silent, and do it, and very natural. Usually we are different. When we are eating, the physically we eat mouth, mentally we are thinking something else, talking something. Anyway, so so this is the very, that's a good to know and good to practice in that way. If you're trying to do that in your daily practice, I'm sure, guarantee you gain a lot of experience out of this kind of meditation. I'm sure. Really do it. It may not happen in 1 month, everything's fine. You should to continue bit by bit, every day maybe, the many times maybe, in the one day, trying to recall this instruction often in any situations. Let it happen to you time to time. In short period of time, maybe that's 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 1 minute happens to you. That would be very good. That would be very good. So in that way, you can learn the Shen meditation in a perfect way. Okay, we do little meditation, okay? Again, going to talk a little bit. When we meditate, either you are meditating purely Shen meditation, or maybe you are in the Vipassana, the nature of the true nature of the mind or true nature of the existence. You are meditating up on them. All those meditation instructions or meditative teachings used to say, suggest to us, at the beginning time, we need some kind of effort, focused. As we see, that individually practitioners should to see how much efforts and focused concentration need, how much relax and rest need. Just trying to check yourself and make balance. Means sometimes we are involved too much concentration, too much effort. That kind of meditation not become perfect meditation, or maybe we could say faulty meditation. And the other case, sometimes we are so much relaxed, so much that's a effort, without effort. And that also, that kind of meditation may not meditation brings the good way. So therefore, meditators should to know by himself or herself how much alert and relaxed need apply during the meditation. Keep the balance. And the balance, this is needed. And then eventually, once you are quite familiar with meditation, quite good about the meditation of shamatha or vipassana, whatever it may be, then naturally they are naturally trying to release effort. Okay? That not build up the efforts to your meditation. Trying to reduce efforts. Trying to reduce concentrated mind as much as possible, and let mind be effortlessly in the meditative experience. Look, effortlessly, without effort, maybe less effort, mind should to rest in natural state of the mind. Do you understand that? So therefore, meditators not need always efforts. Of course, there's no thing to say the methods and techniques no need at all eventually. No need. Methods, techniques needs for the beginners, someone who just learning about meditation. Those people need it. Once we done quite well meditate, and the meditation experience is quite okay in the mind, then the methods, technique are really no need, useless. What for it? And even not methods, technique, but effort and concentration mind should be reduced as much as you can. Let mind be itself in natural states of, in a natural way. Natural, do you know of course you know that the words of the natural is not changed, not make fabrication, not make affected by other conditions. Just let it be as it is. And only awareness presence with this effortlessly rest and natural mind. So therefore, you may not have to be hurry about that, but that I'll let you know eventually meditation should be like a used to say in the teachings, magum donda madarwa. In Tibetan words, it's the perfect way to meditate. Magum donda madarwa. Magum is not meditate. Okay? Not meditate. Donda madarwa means don is a sense or meaning of meditation. Madarwa is not separated. You are not meditate at all. You should not meditate. At the same time, you cannot separate from the means of meditation experience. You cannot separate apart from the meditative meaning, natural to meditate. Okay, what I mean by that? Meditate is something you are focused, that you are with effort, you are doing something. You are trying to make something, okay, meditation. So that effort, that trying to do something should be make less and less, let this disappear eventually. But it remains that natural, rest, relaxed, silent awareness presence. That naturally rest and relaxed, silent presences appear within this awareness presence. Awareness presence is just like a space. And within this space, it can be silent. It can be some kind of manifestation. It can be some kind of sounds that appears. But somehow everything manifests within this space. Clear space is the that kind of awareness, kind of, yeah. So that is the gesture, that's what I give you, because eventually your meditation need to go that way. Not always effort. Okay? Sooner or later, if you are become good meditator, you should drop all the meditations. Even you are enlightened, if you should stay like this, it's too much. Real meditators, great meditators, does not look like they are meditating. Look at Telopa, Naropa, Malarepa. They're just sitting like this way. It seems nobody meditate. All these great Mahasiddhas, they're doing something. They're just, they're saying something like, does not look like meditate, yeah? Because why? Eventually all these efforts are disappeared from them. Meditation becomes totally inseparable, natural to their life. Whether you sleep and walking, understanding and talking, doesn't matter. Meditation is there. Meditation experience is there. So therefore, I just urge you, don't meditate, okay? So, but at the beginning time, you have to have some kind of effort, patience, diligence. Otherwise, again, not happened. So, So then we come to the second, the level of mindfulness existence is that's again, Vipassana, to know the truth of the existence, to see the true nature of the existence. It is a very similar idea. Again, just, that's investigate, analyze outer objects, appearance objects, those are really independently, intrinsically really exist or not. As we see, okay, objectively, really they are exist there or not? Yeah, first answer from us is yes, those are the exist because we see that. We cannot deny there is the tree, there's the mountain. Of course, that everybody agree with that. But somehow, all in the Buddhist teachings, like Paramita Sutra, saying the form is emptiness, everything's emptiness always. And then Madhyamaka tradition, the Madhyamaka teachings, very much, that's using the logic, reasons, approve that what we see, what we hear, those existences not really exist, as we see. And all this, Mahamudra Dzogchen, higher level of meditate tradition, always, at the end, one has to know this profound reality of natural. So therefore, it is good to us, sometimes, eventually, to see truth of the existence. In that case, existence are not referred to much, the subject. The mind is already we done. Investigate. Now here, much talking about outer objects, appearances by aspects. So the teaching says everything that appears to us are just merely, purely your consciousness radiation, manifestation of your mind. Probably you don't understand that immediately. Probably we don't accept that. How come? Everything's out there. It's not my mind. Not my mind manifestation. Everything's there, of course. That's true in the sense of ordinary perceptions, sense of how ordinarily appears to us. But somehow, the rising of the question, do those existences really exist or not? Who knows? We think those are the exist. And there's almost 99% of people don't care. They don't check about whether they are exist or not. Yeah, only someone who karmically strong, connected with spiritual wisdom. Buddha, he himself starts questioning first. And then later, all these great masters and these spiritual traditions have some kind of questioning. How these things are real, reality of the things. Want to know more than that. Just that they are not enough to accept what appears to us, what we think, but they want to know more about the reality. Maybe nowadays scientists just start searching about, quantum physics. Everybody agree with, So therefore, in the Buddhist spiritual tradition, the wisdom, knowing the truth is the very essential part of practice. Really, meditative experience, loving kindness, compassion, good discipline are very good. Those traditions, those practices are probably, there's many, we see the many spiritual traditions already have these things. And it is mostly the common knowledge, common practice, almost we could say. Of course, those are very good. We should not drop these things we need. But then that wisdom to know the truth, to find our true natural reality of existence are probably only unique in the Buddha's teaching. Really, talking about everything's manifestation, interdependent coexist, interdependent co-arise. Through the interdependent coexist, interdependent co-arise manifests everything. Because everything is interdependent coexist, so therefore everything does not have intrinsic independent nature. Because everything's interdependent coexist, so therefore everything is empty of its own nature. So profound wisdom there in the Buddha's teaching. Really. For instance, usually I take it in this kind of in this kind of teaching. Take just a simple example: tree. Okay. Many of you used to hear my tree examples. Just this is easy to us. And traditionally, we take an example like a vase, pillar, because traditionally most that's the monks, lamas live in the temple. In the temple, in front of they always used to have the vase for the initiations empowerment. They always see the pillar and the gompa. So for them, that is easy to, that's take the example. For us, maybe tree, maybe computer also. So for me, the tree is more easy to me. So tree, like and generally speaking, if we look at the tree, everyone in this, that's in this room, if we look at the one tree, we see the tree. There's no doubt. If you have the eye, then we see the tree. If trees exist, if we have the eye, then we see the tree. There's no doubt. In that case, nobody deny that the tree saying like this tree does not exist. Because it is a common vision, common sense, the objects there. If somebody still saying there's no tree, then maybe he or she's something wrong with their eye or maybe brain. Okay, there is a tree. Why we, conclusion there's a tree is just merely we see it. We can touch it. There's no other reason. That just we see it, we can touch it. For that much reason, we are believing there's a tree. Okay, that's fine. That is the how and the common sense and conventional, like a relatively, that's a function. Then another person among 100% to in front of the tree raising the question. Raising the question. What is the exact tree? that we are seeing the object exactly where is the tree, then we have to start thinking where is the tree actually, and that person go to the nearby tree, touching every part of tree. This is not a tree, that is not a tree, this is not this. This is just the branch of the tree. This is the leaf of tree. This is the trunk of the tree. This is something else, the tree. But what is the tree actually? Where is the tree? Okay, now you have the doubt. These parts of the tree and this part of the tree, there's no tree exist. So-called tree independently does not exist. If you search besides this part of a tree, search the tree, but you cannot find the tree by itself. Can you agree with that? Intellectually very easy. There's no real tree, actually. Tree is just a name of the collection, composed, collected, and we name that collection. There's no tree, The tree is just an idea. Just, there's the name. So what should you say? Tree is emptiness or not? Tree is empty of nature. Tree has its own nature, empty of nature. But we are not denying that there is no tree because we see the tree at the same time. What we see in the tree have no intrinsic nature, no independent nature. So therefore, manifestation is inseparable with emptiness. That emptiness, which does not really exist, appears to us the tree. Form is emptiness. This form have no intrinsic nature, its own nature. So therefore, the form is emptiness. That which does not really exist appears a tree. Emptiness appears a tree. So simply the tree is a manifestation to us interdependence, coexist. Interdependent. This branch, this leaf, that trunk, all together interdependent coexist. This interdependent coexist appears as a tree. And relatively everything manifests and the form interdependent. Interdependent coexist or co-appear. And ultimately, there's no such things exist. So think about it. If you find the meaning, the tree is really emptiness, no intrinsic nature, no independent nature, then everything that what could be exist in the conditional level, in conditional world, goes in the same manner, same way. No matter something, that's a gross level of existence, subtle level of existence, can be go in that way. Do you understand that? Conceptually, intellectually easy to understand these things, really. And the table. Look at the table. We have the table in front, but table is just the name of the different part of a table. Beside of a different. Anyway, this teaching is very unique in this Buddhist teaching. It began with very ancient time. Of course, originally told by Buddha. And then that, becomes very famous, very, that's long time. It is almost, that's a, around the first century or second century, I don't know. And great master called Nagasena from the Gandhara area, and the king of Gandhara called the Malendra and discussing about the Buddhist idea of selflessness. So then this great master and points are objects and searching the self of the objects, reality objects. So these things, anyway, there's no time for us to talk these things, stories. So sometimes we should know these things as quite, that good, because we are gaining wisdom, how things really are. More search, more you gain interesting in. More you gain, that's interesting, and then more you're getting excitement. And more find, there's a deep meaning in the existence. So, this all these things. So eventually, you really be able to have the confidence, what meaning of the shunyata. And shunyata does not separate from the appearances. Appearances is shunyata. Shunyata is the appearances. So Nagarjuna says, wherever existence exists, there is emptiness. Wherever emptiness exists, there is existence exists. Emptiness cannot be exist without existence. Existence cannot be exist without emptiness. This is really true. For me, quite, I have confidence. Even I don't, of course, not realize it, but in the logically, intellectually, pretty much sure. But still, I have a lot of disturbing emotions, ego clinging. Because it is only in my intellectual level. Anyway, you should do something, all this, the learning process and the reflection processes of to knowing the true nature of existence. This is very good. What we say, that's great realized beings, yogis, becomes a fearlessness. The free from the fear and the hopes. All these things happens when you see the truth. Okay? And that we said all these great, the realized beings liberated from, that's ego clinging, grasping mind. All those things happen due to the seeing the truth. But at the same time, you should know there's nothing denial. Okay? We are not denying the relatively how things appears. Just we understand that the appearances are nature of the appearances. Nobody in the Buddhist great masters, teachers rejects, and the relatively that rejects things are not saying like things will not exist. Nobody. So therefore, Sarah says someone who says things are not exist, that is the worse than cow, more stupid than cows. So anyway, this is the just the briefly introduction. You trying to see the truth, trying to see the true nature of the existence. Somehow we have the methods inquiry self first. Inquiry, where's the self? If you see really, okay, anyway, you may not be happy. So therefore, step by step trying to learn, trying to, accept, trying to understand, as we are Buddhist practitioners. In the Buddhist tradition, we had very profound wisdom, profound knowledge, and profound meditative concentration. And of course, there are profound methods to cultivate love and compassion. And a profound way to build up that's a positive lifestyle. And a very, that's powerful technique to get rid of disturbing emotions, all these things. They are really, more and more we look at Buddhist tradition, see really, that's a wonderful. It is in the temporary and the relative level, each sentence, each word makes sense to us. And the relative and the normal and the regular normal way of life, it makes sense if we follow really the teachings. And then if someone wants to go more further, beyond that relative truth, beyond that, the conventional level, there is a profound understanding, profound wisdom there. Really, if you're trying to know just simple Buddhist ideas, just with dealing with the situation of this piece of your life, just this life, there are great instructions how we should keep life, living with positive actions, physically, verbally, mentally. There are a lot of methods, teachings, how we should to keep away the negative things from us. That is something, there's a build up positive, good things, virtue things in the life that make us happy. There's no other reason. Make us happy. If we are established life within this, virtue, good, that make us happy, make others happy. If we're trying to reduce some kind of negative habits from the life, that make us reduce suffering, difficult to yourself, to your family, to your friend, to society. See, follow the path, follow the instruction, trying to be with that is really, that's a great, that's a method teaching there. Yet, if just we listen, don't follow, then, it does not much, Still great accumulation, karma. But somehow, there is I should not say too much here, since we do not have much time. So therefore, mindfulness, the existence, and the two levels. First, the Shenete meditation. I just briefly introduced you, and the second type of the Vipassana, to knowing the truth through the existence also. And at the end, simply just trying to be with this knowledge and keep continuous as long as possible. So therefore, in this course, today's course is just that I'm trying to give it some piece of introductions, teachings. We did not have much time to meditation, so I suggest you to meditate by yourself and keep these instructions. You may not immediately come up this, Vipassana, knowing the truth, but start from the very, that's a simplicity in that Shen meditation, and trying to gain the experience, and then, to move up, and slowly. It takes time. It's okay. Take time doesn't matter. As long as each practice, each, instructions give you sense, meaningful, good, then take times doesn't matter. Even take times good to you. Of course, good. Each steps make you sense, make you, the meaningful. Then, if there's 100 steps, that's good. 100 steps, that give you 100 times of meaningful, 100 times benefit. So therefore, don't worry about take time, okay? But be patient and be perseverance. Apply the perseverance, be patient, keep continue. So that is my final advice to you. And next year we come back. Let's see, continue or not. When you come back, if I asked you how you have done your Vipassana meditation, you're supposed to not say, yes, I done everything. I finished. No, I finished. I done this practice, all finished. Then I said, are you experienced? Not yet, but I did everything. You're supposed to not say that, okay? There's no finish, okay? Don't have an idea, I should to finish it. No. Spiritual practice is not finished, but experience. We have it is our, that's what we call this, that's a habitual tendency. We have to finish school, have to finish this class, this subject, finish. And the practice is not like that, okay? There's nothing should be finished. For instance, we said we have to finish window, okay? Okay, that's okay, good. I mean, the window finish, that's good. But it does not mean you have to drop there, window. After finished, you've done 100,000 times. But still, this what we call the recitation of refuge, postations, mandala, dojisma, should keep it still until your enlightenment. Yeah, it's our finish. I done, okay, anyway. So therefore, don't tell me that you done. I finished the Vipassana practiced. Then come, what I to do the next? Next is do again it. Anyway, the question is answered, maybe. Little question is answered, yeah.
Thank you very much, Khenpo. Okay, thank you very much for the teachings. I have actually several questions, but I try to make them quick. What is the difference between observing, actually, is there a difference between observing like sensory observation, and you also said that observing sensory mind?
Observing what?
Like, because in the mindfulness of mind was also, you also said about mindfulness of sensory mind.
Sense mind, probably that means, this, sensory consciousness.
Yes, mindfulness of sensory consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And is there a difference between mindfulness of sensory consciousness and mindfulness of the sensory object?
Objects are different.
Different, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So first,
The sense consciousness, sense objects should be slightly, that should actually different until, that you realize the true nature of existence. We have that, it's a different feeling. Sensory object is just object there. It's color, tree, sound there. Sensory consciousness, it's something like the seeing things, the hearing. It's not necessarily focused to the objects, but some there, that which can hear, that which can hear, that which can see. Just, it is just like, light, air, something. Do you understand?
yes, and I think I understand, well, at least idea, I understand.
Yeah, it is not idea.
I mean, I understand.
Where is your eye consciousness? When you look at the objects, then object is not your eye consciousness. In this case, in the relative case, object is not your eye consciousness. Then where is your eye consciousness? Just the ability to see. I don't know how to say. Since I consciousness have no form, no, like, the material, and from the material exist, it's difficult to pinpoint. Like, Yeah, anyway.
Okay, because it seems like the third point is way more difficult, like consciousness, or like mindfulness of consciousness, at least for me, seems much more difficult than mindfulness of objects.
Yeah, mindful consciousness is, and again, the mindful consciousness in that case, there's not only the one consciousness.
Yes.
Where is first the mind being silent, calm, relaxed? That is the mind. Yeah, something mind be silent, calm, relaxed. If you aware of the silence, there's a relaxed. That means you are you are aware of the silence aspect of the mind. Okay? Then sometimes the thoughts and ideas manifest from that the mind, and also you see it, you are aware of that mindfulness also mind, and the mind is the form of thoughts. Yeah? Do you understand?
I think I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And what I also had this when we were doing the mindfulness of the body,
Mm-hmm.
and we were doing trying to do or doing Laktong.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately in my mind it pops up that my body is the control over my body, like it was my answer. So it was kind of I was trying to understand, is the mindfulness of the body also mindfulness of the ego? Because like it's not physically my body the one that's in control, it's some idea of control, but it just went to that.
Mm-hmm. When you trying to see the body is in a Vipassana way, probably you don't do that first Vipassana. Trying to stay in the, that's this, the shamatha meditation level of mindfulness until you really gain kind of, that's a stability of awareness. And then, slowly, traditionally we don't mess up everything together.
Yeah, it seemed.
Yeah.
That was like a little bit out of my reach.
Yeah. Sometimes we mess up, that's from the first to last. Then, that's we could not, get put in the order. So it's a lot of, that's it's not necessary to do in that way. Maybe I told you, don't hurry up, slow down, step by step, and gain with experience. What I'm told you in this few hours last, that's in this, more than 10 hours is not something we should be done in even 1 year, but it can be done within many years teaching. Okay. Here's one.
Yeah, very interesting, the teachings. Thank you.
A little bit.
Yeah, my question is why in the Heart Sutra it says
A little bit you move close your.
close
Mm-hmm.
close enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in the Heart Sutra it says form is emptiness, emptiness is form, and I wonder why is it not mentioned the color? Form is color, color is form.
It's just, that's a form. Okay, this is again philosophical teaching.
Pardon?
Yeah, the form in that case is something, the shape.
Yeah, shape and color.
Yeah, together, this comes together in the form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Together, yes. together. Yeah.
Together.
Yeah, we should not go the more philosophical. This, so what is different form, the color, these things. Then we have to go through the Sotantikara tradition. We have Bhashika tradition. All these things is complicated.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
just the form, color, same, the end form. Okay.
Okay. And then if I a while meditate and then it seems that all the colors and form kind of disappear, but and also there is kind of no distance. No distance.
Not different, but not disappeared.
No distance anymore. I mean, there is no
Different.
No space.
Huh?
No space.
No what?
Space
No space.
between what I see and which then dissolves, and there's somehow no space. But then it doesn't go on. I mean, I still feel kind of separate after. So
Yes, and relatively, yes, still they're separate. Form, the color, and relatively they're separate.
I mean, okay. I mean, it's not there somehow after a while. The form thing, the form aspect, and the color, and somehow then I feel there is no distance.
I mean, we could not have the color without a form, basically.
Yeah.
Color is only appears to us that there is a forms exist.
Yeah, it's too difficult to explain. Maybe.
Yeah, this is the philosophical
Yeah.
more approach of teaching. So maybe we cannot solve immediately the questions. Maybe your question is quite deep, and that we have to go philosophical explanations.
Okay, but I try.
You try the next.
And then next time we will see.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I don't really understand what the Vipassana meditation is, but try to summarize it as a meditation on emptiness, would it be correct?
Meditate on emptiness is a Vipassana. We could say that.
Okay, thank you.
That we could say, and again, that you should know emptiness does not mean the negation, nothingness. Emptiness does not mean your mind's just, the focus on the empty. It does not mean that way, okay? Yeah. Yeah, here, one.
Thank you, Khenpo. I've got a question about yesterday's lecture with Karmapa, and he
little bit close.
Yeah. Okay. About yesterday's lecture with Karmapa, and he told us when it came to the meditation on Chenrezig, he told us that we should observe. At the same time, it was meditation with a form. So
same time what?
It was meditation with a form, with Chenrezig. And so, what can you say about it?
Yeah, the form of the Chenrezig, bring into the observe or maybe aware of it. Yeah.
But some like observing, it's not.
It is same, like today what we're talking about, the awareness of existence, that all these visualizations are included there. Yeah.
Okay.
Whether do you visualize a Chenrezig or maybe Menzishuri, whatsoever maybe, you have the picture yourself or maybe above or in front, but you are clearly aware of that. Picture is clear, at the same time, awareness presence with there.
But sometimes there is effort, like
Huh?
there is effort.
Efforts. Yeah, for the
Because
beginning
it's
time need
someti-
efforts. Always need effort. I didn't say you do not have to have effort, okay? For the beginners always need efforts. What I mean by last time is eventually when your meditation becomes quite, the stability quite good, then trying to release effort, okay? Make, this reduce effort and trying to be like a natural state of the mind. What I mean by that? From the very beginning time, if you stop the effort, then your meditation will not gain any good result.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Sun nam de ye tam che ze ba ni tom ne ni be da nan pam zen je ga nan che ba lai chu ba ye se be chol ro wa re sho in jam bar ba wu che dar chen ba dan kun do zam bo de 대전 대단 군제 지소 달라네 개와 대다 담제 rab도 고 산제 고선이 베 진라 주님 문저를 덴베 진라 단겐데 메신 되베 진라 제다 고와 몰란드 바르쇼. Okay, everyone, that's all. Thank you for being here and have a good day and a good year.